SportsCentre.
Happy birthday, Eddie. Hopefully we won't let it too bad for you tonight. It'll be fun, though.
The Eagle and the Leafs get a little surprise. Well, Roman Jackman is a little surprised. It's Game 6, must-win time for Toronto, but Philly wasn't going to make it easy. There's a sense of desperation in Minnesota as the Wild on the brink of elimination at the hands of the Avalanche. Al McInnes heads to Vancouver as the Blues and Canucks prepare for Game 7. Game 1 proved a little upsetting for San Antonio, but with the Admiral on the sidelines, the Spurs were feeling the full heat of the sun. While in Indiana, the Celtics were looking to continue their own brand of upset magic. The Jays bullpen gets another chance, and the offense uses a little long ball to knock around the Red Sox. From series winners to serious winners, our plays of the week will take your breath away. SportsCentre, next. Jennifer Hedger alongside Jay Onright. This is SportsCentre, and the Leafs and Wild, crunch time for both these teams, both facing elimination, and we're going to start things down at the ACC.
Yes, we will, and you can't really blame the Philadelphia Flyers for wanting to finish this series off, but I think Jeremy Roenick may have gotten a little ahead of himself before the game.
Hopefully for last one. First big sign off.
Easier said than done, JR. Toronto 4-1 when facing elimination last year, and after missing 4 games with a fractured foot. Nick Antropov back in the lineup for Toronto. Eric Desjardins out of the lineup for Philly. There's his replacement, Jim Vandermeer, playing his first playoff game. Midway through the first, no score. Let's get on the board. How did that get in? How did that get in? Robert Reichel's second has the fans on their feet. Jackman lost his glove, and as he was trying to pick it up, the puck goes upstairs. So the Leafs get a soft one open the scoring at the other end. A defensive zone breakdown. Puts Simon Gagne in alone, but Belfour with a huge pad save on his 38th birthday, no less. 1-0 Toronto after one. In the second, Toronto gets physical. Robert Spela hammering Jeremy Roenick. In fact, JR slow to get up and favoring his wrist. He'd be in some pain, but would remain in the hockey game, and as he tries to get back at Spela, he finds nothing but the TD Waterhouse sign. But he does get some redemption here. Taking the feed from Sammy Kapanen, teeing it up and scoring his third of the postseason, tying the game at 1. At the other end, great chance for the Leafs. Ty Domi to Reichel, point blank, and he hits the post. We see it again. Jackman threw his stick on the play, so Jennifer, you know what that means.
The most exciting play in hockey?
Woo! And Ken Hitchcock's excited. Robert Reichel, the shooter, and I've got the goalie.
You win.
Took the slap shot, and no chance. Reichel examining the stick. That was obviously at fault. 1-1 after 2. Good period. Tom Fitzgerald welcoming Jim Vandermeer to the playoffs. No scoring in the frame. So the third time in the series, we are going to overtime, where both teams have great chances, including Keith Primo. Glorious opportunity. Belfour, the save. At the other end, Sundin to Gary Roberts. Can't jam it home, then watch this. Toronto keeps it coming. Watch Matt Sundin. No! Denied by the pad stack of Roman Jackman. So a second overtime period was needed. Here's ESPN's Gary Thor.
Played it up off the point, not out. Baylor shot. That one went off the glove. Rebound off the back of the goaltender.
Quite a little bit of applause there by Ken Dryden. Green
extremely excited about you.
He's very happy. The overtime winner. And Philly fails to clinch the series. Toronto forces Game 7, winning 2-1, and Game 7 will be Tuesday night in Philadelphia. Wow. Birthday boy Ed Belfour stopping 35 shots, including 15 in overtime for the victory. Since 1993, 8 of the 18 series in which the Maple Leafs have been involved have gone 7 games. They're 5-3 in those series. Flyers have crashed out in the opening round of the playoffs in 4 of the last 5 years, including the last 3. John Lou joining us now with 2 minutes and 34 seconds of post-game fun.
With their season on the line, the Leafs' Travis Green scored the biggest goal of his career in double overtime. But just as he did in triple overtime 5 days previously, Ed Belfour turned in another tour de force performance to celebrate his 38th birthday.
A lot of character and just determination and I guess never say die attitude.
We were persistent all night, willing just, we just knew we had to play a solid game right at the end, not make too many mistakes.
Typical of the Leafs' resilience, Nick Antropov made a surprise return only 12 days after suffering a broken foot. Antropov was thrown straight into the fire, logging 30 minutes of ice time.
It was a little bit tough, like first period and a half, because I didn't play like 10 days. I didn't do anything for a week or something.
And it was also a surprise to all of us that all of a sudden Nick was on the ice and ready to play. So I guess that's the key when I think he's 22 years old. So there you go. Good for him, and it was a big night for him. He took the body out there for a guy that hadn't played in a few weeks. Had a heck of a game for us.
I've always liked how Nick's played defensively, and he's real good in his defensive zone and has a good reach and a good sense of where to be.
The Flyers' Roman Czechmanic was at his erratic best, first losing his trapper and allowing Robert Reichel to score while he scrambled to put his glove back on. Then 1 period later, he threw a stick at Ty Domi, resulting in an unsuccessful penalty shot by Reichel.
Why he tried to slap it, I'm not sure. And it'd be worthwhile to ask, and I haven't had the opportunity to ask him, but he's a smart player, and he must have felt that there was a good reason to do it that way.
Roman was big for us tonight. He did a tremendous job. He made some great saves for us, and their first goal was a tough one because he was scrambling to get his glove back on. Made a huge save on Sundin in the first overtime, and he did a lot of that all night for us.
Appropriately, Green's winner came on the 52nd anniversary of Bill Barilko's cup-clinching goal. It also marked the first time since that classic series in 1951 that all the games played in Toronto went to extra frames. John Liu, TSN, Toronto.
Home ice has been anything but an advantage for the Wild in their first ever playoff series. After winning Game 1 and 5 in Colorado, Minnesota has yet to win one at the Xcel Energy Center, and time is running out. Possible game plan for the Wild? Score first. In every game this series, the team that scored first has won the game. Here we are, Game 6, and the Snipers on high alert as the game got underway. And it's going to be a physical one early. Jim Dowd gets a piece of 6'4" Chris McAllister near the corner boards. And Willie Mitchell absolutely hammers out Tanguay just inside the zone. Maybe a shot that'll give Tanguay something to think about a little later. Scoreless into the second, and the Avs are buzzing. Jeff Shantz gets an open look. Manny Fernandez, though, is there, and things pretty tight out there. Dan Heino drops Philip Kuba with the forearm, and then Marian Gaborik circling, rips the backhand. Patrick Waugh denied. Shots through 2 periods, just 15-13 Minnesota, and still scoreless. The first chance of the third to Peter Forsberg, but Fernandez gets enough of it. No luck. Just moments after that, Richard Park, the 2-on-1, he takes it, goes high past Waugh. His first of the playoffs makes it 1-0 Wild. Now nursing the advantage with 8 minutes left, the Wild were looking for more.
In the last half of the season. It's the Tiger working hard, not going to work. Laxton tries to get it to Gaborik. Gaborik in!
TSN's Dave Randorf with the call there. His third of the series, and it's 2-0 Minnesota. They can smell a Game 7, but those Avs are good. Joe Sakic off the wing, picks the top corner with 3.5 minutes left. That pulls to within 1. It's 2-1, and just a minute 56 after that, Forsberg finding Greg DeVries in the slot, rifles home at second. Now it's Colorado's turn to celebrate, tying things at 2 in overtime.
I think everybody... And here they go again. Wall to Park. Park, deep!
It's Minnesota's first ever playoff overtime. Park's second of the game, forcing a Game 7 in Denver. 3-2 the overtime final. The loss puts the Avs in their 5th straight 7-game playoff series. Colorado has now lost the last 5 Game 6s when in a position to clinch a series, but the odds still with the Avs. Of the 193 teams in NHL history that have trailed a series 3-1, only 7 have come back to win 2 games on the road. Now, Patrick Waugh, tell us about that OT winner that got through your leg.
My goal, I had to make that save, and there's no reason for me to give up a goal in that angle. That's the save I should have made. It was the only place to shoot. I mean, he's, Patrick, I don't have to sit here and talk about Patrick. He's great, and, I just tried getting a quick shot, and it found a hole.
That's, a game of mistakes. They made the most of our mistakes, and that's why we're victorious. That's why we're going back for a Game 7.
We'll dig into Game 7. We have it right here on TSN. It's Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. The Wild versus the Avalanche. Playoff hockey lives here.
Leave it to the team captain to lead by example rather than with words. After being sharply criticized for his performance early in the series with the Blues, Canucks captain Marcus Naslund let his play do the talking in Game 6, scoring a goal and 2 assists, and leading his team to a decisive Game 7. And it gets better for Vancouver. As Farhan Lalji tells us, rumors that the Blues would have Al MacInnis back on Tuesday may have been greatly exaggerated.
After suffering a separated shoulder in Game 2, Al MacInnis made the trip to Vancouver for Game 7. He skated on his own a couple of hours before the Blues practice, and while his locker gave reason for optimism, MacInnis is not expected to play.
I think he'd love to play, but I think he just wanted to be around our team, knowing the importance of the game and what he brings our team, and I think he feels he's disappointed, obviously, what happened the last couple of games. I think he watches, he sees things, he wouldn't want to miss this game.
Even without their captain, the Blues will have a definite edge in Game 7 experience. Of the players expected to be in the lineup, the Blues have a total of 28 Game 7s under their belt to just 15 for the Canucks. For the likes of Marcus Naslund, Dan Colucci, and Todd Bertuzzi, Tuesday will be their first Game 7.
Everyone understands the importance of it, and got to have fun. It's an exciting time. This is what you play hockey for, to be put in situations like this, and really looking forward to playing it tomorrow.
I think for most of us in here, it's the biggest game of our career so far, so it's very exciting. And, you feel the excitement in town, and obviously we wanted to make this a complete comeback.
For the Canucks to complete the comeback, they will need to find a way to contain Doug Weight, who leads all NHL playoff performers with 12 points. To do that, they will need to stay out of the penalty box, as 8 of Wade's points, including all 5 goals, have come on the power play.
This is a one-game tournament right now, and whatever we've accomplished, I got a lot of confidence, and I think our line is playing with confidence, so we want to keep doing that. But everything you've accomplished individually really doesn't matter anyways. It's going to be a team game tomorrow. We have to play great as a team to be successful against a team like the Canucks.
Talking to players from both teams, you get the impression that momentum and home ice advantage will mean very little for a Game 7. But don't try telling that to the Vancouver fans, who have officially gone Cup crazy. Although it's just the first round, horns have been honking and flags have been waving downtown after the last 2 Canuck victories. One can only imagine what the atmosphere will be like on Tuesday as this city gets set for its first Game 7 in 8 years. Farhan Lalji, TSN, Vancouver.
Still to come on SportsCentre.
Here's Marbury on the drive. Man, can you believe it?
A crushing defeat in Game 1, but the Spurs were doing their best to put it behind them.
The early bird catches the worm, and the Jays hoped an early start in Boston would catch them a win.
And the excitement from the week that was in the Stanley Cup playoffs captured in our plays of the week. You're watching SportsCentre.
Closed captioning has been brought to you by Crown Royal. Raise the value of your bar with Crown Royal.
A 240 horsepower engine, European styling, and the power to stir up emotions. The all-new Accord from Honda.
Interestingly enough, a lot of Canadians had their first burger at A&W.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, that's our latest offer. 2 teams for $5. It's got fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and we only use real smoked bacon.
Oh,
Right now, you can get 2 team burgers for only $5 at A&W.
The one thing we all share is our differences. Right now, only at Radio Shack, celebrate who you are with the latest Motorola cell phone that comes with a limited edition root faceplate. Download great ringtones, graphics, and really get to know your phone with 3 months unlimited local calling from Rogers AT&T Wireless. And best of all, you'll get a Roots backpack for free.
Use your MasterCard anywhere this playoff season, and you'll be automatically entered in the MasterCard 3-Star Sweepstakes. You could win a trip to the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, a trip to the NHL All-Star Game, and a power playroom for your home. Go to MasterCard.ca for details.
TSN, Canada's sports leader.
SportsCentre, brought to you by ESPN Classic Canada, where the legends come to play. Call your satellite or cable provider to order.
Not only are the Spurs down a game to the Phoenix Suns, they're also down a 7-footer. David Robinson tore knee cartilage late in regulation, drawing a charge in Saturday's playoff opener, and he's listed as day-to-day, which leaves backup center Kevin Willis to start for the Spurs, except that Willis was suspended for 1 game after his flagrant foul on Scott Williams. So dig out your Danny Ferry jerseys. He's San Antonio's starting center.
Marbury on the drive. Marbury puts a shot up. It goes! It goes! And the Suns have won the ball game.
And if the Suns hope to continue the upset, they're going to need another big game by Stephon Marbury. Well, Tim Duncan needs to do more for the Spurs with the big man, David Robinson, hurt on the bench. But it would be Marbury lighting it up early. He's showing his range, hitting 2 pull-up Jays. And then he decides to get a little aggressive to the net. Marbury hitting another J, plus a foul. Phoenix by 7 at the break. Second quarter, though, bit of a different story. Steven Jackson starts straining from outside. 2 3 balls for Jackson. And then some highway robbery. Gets the big steal here. Jackson takes it in for the one-handed jam. 14 so far for him. Spurs by 6 at the half. How about the third? Suns are climbing back. Marbury with the J, and it's good. Suns are down by 1. Duncan, relatively silent so far. Decides to come through when it mattered most. So fourth quarter, off the glass, not once, but twice. 11 points in the final frame. Spurs win at 84-76 is the final. So Duncan just clutched down the stretch, scoring 11 of his 22 points in the final 7 minutes of the fourth quarter. Stephon Marbury took nearly a third of the Suns' shots. He took 27 out of their 84, and he finished with 32 points.
Celtics and Pacers, the media all over Indiana for their Game 1 performance, more specifically over Coach Isaiah Thomas. But the real story, Paul Pierce's 40 points. Who would grab the spotlight in Game 2? Antoine, one of the Millers? How about Jermaine O'Neal? Starts it off with the uncontested dunk. Then dropping the fade over Tony Batiste. Later takes the lob, flushes it down. 17 points in the half. Then an unlikely candidate, Walter McCarty, doing it all. Inside, outside, keeping Boston in it with 14 points in the half. Celtics, though, down by 6. Third quarter, Pierce, 4-4. Count it. Finished with 14. Celtics down by 1. Fourth quarter, how about Ron Artest? The new Dennis Rodman, up and under for 2. Pacers up by 5, but the game belonging to O'Neal. 2 of his game-high 23, also added 20 Reeves. Nothing the Celtics could do to contain him. And the Pacers, even the series at 1 game apiece, 89-77 would be your final. The Pacers had all 5 starters score in double figures 5 times this season, including twice in the playoffs. The series now moving to Boston, where the Celtics are 4-0 at home against Indiana the last 2 years. That'll be on Thursday.
A raucous atmosphere at Arco Arena as the Kings look to go up 2-0 on the Jazz, who've never won a 7-game series after losing Game 1. Utah had 18 turnovers in the opener, and they continue the trend early in Game 2. Karl Malone's pass picked off by Vlade Divac. He beats Mike Bibby. He lays it out the window, and the Kings by 3 after 1. Second quarter, huge scare for the Kings. Chris Webber will strain his lower back on the play. He would leave the game and not return. Could Utah take advantage? In a word, no. Bobby Jackson coast to the hoop for the deuce, and then it's Peja Stojakovic from downtown. He had 14 at the break. Sacked down by 15. Third quarter now, Jazz continue to turn it over. The mailman delivers this one to the wrong address. Meanwhile, no slowing down the sack train. Divac finds Stojakovic underneath and finished with 29. And then in the fourth, Jazz defense nowhere to be found. Keon Clark, easy reverse jam. The Kings roll to 108-95 win. And for the first time since they began their string of 5 straight playoff appearances in '99, Sacramento has taken a 2-0 lead in a best-of-7 series. Chris Webber expected to miss practice Tuesday. No word on his status for Game 3 in Salt Lake City. We've got playoff basketball for you right here. It's the NBA on TSN. Bucks at the Nets. Game 2 goes Tuesday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time.
Nothing seems to be working for the Toronto Blue Jays these days, not even starving them. At least I think they might be starving the players. The other day I saw reliever Jeff Tam chewing on his own jersey in the dugout, and I just prayed he was full before he made it to his pants. Toronto had just one win in their past 11 games going into Fenway Park on Monday for the annual Patriots Day game, and the good thing for the Blue Jays, the Red Sox have never beaten them on Patriots Day. The Jays got the early jump. Second, Josh Phelps singles, Eric Hinsky bringing him home in the RBI double, then Greg Myers, RBI single, and suddenly the Toronto Blue Jays are up 2-0. They're also doing it in the field. Manny Ramirez sends one on a line to left, Shannon Stewart into the scoreboard for the catch. Great catch. And the all-around Jays performance continues. Eric Hinsky, RBI double, Greg Myers, RBI double, Chris Woodward over the monster. Nobody's getting that one but the fans. First home run of the season. It's a 2-run jack. Carlos Tosca knowing that starving his players is the right move. 7-0. Then, with the 11:05 a.m. first pitch, John Burkett stayed done before noon. Jays continue to pound the Sox. Vernon Wells, no relation to TSN CFL play-by-play man John Wells, with his 4th of the year. And the Jays win 11-6, reeling off 17 hits. As they record just their second win in 12 games, every Blue Jays starter had a hit except for the highly paid Carlos Delgado. The Blue Jays optioning Reed Johnson to AAA Syracuse. They recalled outfield prospect Jason Wirth after the game. As we continue on SportsCentre, more from the major leagues of baseball, including the Yankees, going for their second sweep of the Twins this month.
That's right in from hoops to hip checks. Our plays of the week, well, they pretty much have it all.
Real hit.
That was pain for the wife.
When a 5-star sign goes up at your Chrysler Jeep Dodge dealership, it isn't because head office said so, or because we're going for a new look. It's because people like you, our customers, have given us the highest marks possible. Because satisfying customers is the only way a dealership gets to be a 5-star dealership. 5 stars. It's better. We'll prove it.
Are you ready to spice up your lunch? Right now, get BK's Spicy Chicken Sandwich, topped with our special chipotle peppered mayo. Or if you can't stand the heat, there's our original chicken sandwich. Either way, have it your way at Burger King.
Protecting your family is a 24/7 job. But is your life insurance doing its job? With a variety of life insurance options, we'll help you be absolutely sure you've got the right coverage and the protection you need. For life insurance, talk to your neighborhood State Farm agent.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
At 15-3, these aren't your father's Yankees, and they may not even be your grandfather's Yankees. No, you have to go back to 1900 to find the last time New York starters were this good. Sunday, Mike Mussina extended the streak to 13-0. Monday, David Wells took to the mound looking to sweep the Minnesota Twins for the second time this month. And the Yankees looking for their 5th straight win. Top of 1, Rick Reed in a zone. He gets Alfonso Soriano and then Nick Johnson and Jason Giambi. They all struck out. But top of 3, Johnson, the 2-run poke. Top of 4 gets worse for Reed. bases loaded for Soriano, promptly clears them. It's a grand slam to left, and it's 7-0 New York. Reed's in denial. In the end, it was charged with 10 earned runs. It's true. Top of 6. Tony Fiore in relief. He plunks Raul Mondesi, and Mondesi 3 for 3 prior to that, gives him the hairy eyeball. David Wells with plenty of run support, looking to go the distance. He gets Dustin Moore to end it, a complete Game 7 hitter for Wells. 15-1 Yankees, the final. The Yankees lead the majors in home runs with 39 and have more homers than Detroit has runs. Detroit has 34 this season.
The Indians looking to make it 2 in a row over the White Sox. Trim Garcia jacks one to right, bringing home Omar Vizquel. 2-5 over the Ramatron sign. He had 2 on the day. Bottom of the second now.
Well, some people are beginning to scatter, I know that. Yep, the rain has arrived.
It has arrived, and when it rains, it pours. Armando Rios caught sleeping at second. He's picked off. Then in the third, Alex Burks, yard. Alex Burks, yard. That wasn't a replay. Back-to-back for Burks. And then, in the sixth, the only bright spot for the Sox, Carlos Lee. Homers for the 5th straight game, too little too late. 9-2 as the young tribe get another victory.
Devil Rays and Orioles, second inning. Marty Cordova flared to left. George Lombard, the great sliding snag. So the 4th inning. Rick Helling with Sabri Hop to end the inning. Orioles up 2-0 in the 6th. Jerry Harrison Jr. concerned as he puts one in the seats, but despite the fact the kid's crying, he was okay. He got the bye. Now, before the tears could dry, Jay, Jerry hits this one for the little guy. The 2-run shot. The O's are up 4-0, and our little friend is happy again. Rick Helling's 5th K victim of the night is Damian Easley. That ends the 7th. 8th inning now. Rick Helling gets a helping bare hand. Get it? Here it is. From Jerry Harrison. He gets Ray Ordonez. 9th inning now. Buddy Groom is in, and he sweeps the Hoff under the rug again. Orioles win it 4-0 the final.
The world's most famous intern, Monica Lewinsky, began hosting her new reality show, Mr. Personality, on Monday night. Here at SportsCentre, we have several interns all trying to get ahead, just like Monica. But I always tell them, getting ahead in this newsroom takes hard work. But as we see in this week's edition of the Hyundai Plays of the Week, when it comes to the Stanley Cup playoffs, even when you work hard, sometimes you don't get ahead.
But after that, I'll be on vacation again.
St. Louis, centering pass. McCavier couldn't get the tip. St. Louis in front, takes a shot, scores! Martin St. Louis with the overtime winner.
Tucker Tillers back with a center. It's over. Steve Ruskin. Hockey talent until Goaltending. That was painful to watch.
Brendan Morrow again, one-on-one. Oh, a big check by Bergeron. That is a highlight. Real hit. That is a highlight. Real hit.
Tucker and Recchi are going at it.
I'm not going to take it, but I'm just snap one day.
And I mean going at it.
Recchi gets that. The shot goes. Recchi got a double goal here. Oh, I can't believe he didn't score.
I'm the only All-Star on my team.
Oh, McGrady.
Oh.
Hey, LeBron, get ready, baby. Man, that dunk was ridiculous, you know.
McGrady sees his baseline. Beautiful wraparound. Powerful move. How can you stop this?
They shot the living out of the ball.
You gotta be kidding me. That's enough. Stoudemire tries to Amari Stoudemire. Oh my goodness. Hits a 3 to tie the game. Here's Marbury on the drive. Man, can you believe it? York in the slot. York to Horcock. He scores! 6-2. St. Louis gorgeous move. And he rifles it home. Wow. What a brilliant shot by Joe Sakic on his knees.
That was painful to watch. This is yet another highlight reel catch.
North Carolina head guard, Victor Michael Jordan.
Michael, it's been a privilege to watch you play. Thank you, Michael Jordan.
Tell you, Monica Lewinsky would have been proud. Still to come, the Leafs and the Wild, 2 teams on the brink of elimination in 2 games that needed overtime, putting 2 more Game 7s on the horizon.
He's a raw rookie in a veteran's world and a possible candidate for the Calder Trophy. How Barret Jackman made his mark when SportsCentre continues.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
Trying to stall this stupid...
Dang. Well... Good luck with that.
Tim Hortons Ice Cap. Totally creamy, totally cool. Just $1.69.
Does make a great coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he needs advice.
I wonder if he needs a mortgage. I wonder if he wants a holiday. I'm glad we've got it all in place.
At RBC Royal Bank, we value the wisdom of a mortgage that lets you live your life. It's why we customize your mortgage around your life.
You and your shortcut. I'm asking this guy.
Hey, buddy! Hey, look. Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
We're waiting.
Real loud drug you got there. Hi, sir. Hey, how do we get back to the highway from here? Right. Thanks, Junior!
There's no better feeling than that of a job well done. And nothing helps you do the job better than Fram.
SportsCentre, everybody. I'm Jennifer Hedger alongside Jay Onright. And Monday night, 2 playoff games. The Wild and the Leafs both facing elimination, both looking to pushing for Game 7.
And we're going to start with the Maple Leafs and Jeremy Roenick of the Flyers, known for, he likes to talk. He enjoys talking a lot. And he talked before this hockey game. This is what he had to say.
Hopefully it's the last one. First thing started off.
Easier said than done, JR. Toronto 4-1 when facing elimination last year, and after missing 4 games with a fractured foot, Nick Hentoff back in the lineup. No Eric Desjardins, though. Jim Vandermeer playing his first playoff game. Midway through the first, no score. Let's listen in.
Carroll knocking it loose. In on the board. How did that get in?
Robert Reichel makes it 1-0. I don't know who she is, but watch for her on Off the Record very soon. So the Leafs get a softie to open the scoring. Jackman looking for his glove, couldn't find it. 1-0 Toronto. At the other end, defensive zone breakdown, puts Simon Gagne in alone. But 38 years young, Ed Belfour with the pad save to keep it 1-0 after 1. We go to the second. Toronto getting physical. Robert Spela hammering Jeremy Roenick. In fact, Roenick slow to get up, favoring his wrist. He was in some pain on the bench, but would remain in the game, and he tries to get back at Spela and misses him. But he gets some redemption here. Watch this. Takes the feed, tees it up. A beautiful blast beats Belfour to tie the game at 1 on the third of the postseason for Roenick. Other end. Side over to Reichel off the post. See it again. Roman Jackman throwing his stick on the play. That means penalty shot time. Very, very exciting stuff. Ken Hitchcock doesn't think so. Robert Reichel, the shooter, and decides to shoot. No. Not even close, in fact. Bad decision for him. It remains tied at 1 after 2. It's always the stick's fault. Third period, Tom Fitzgerald welcoming Jim Vandermeer to the playoffs. No scoring in the frame, so for the third time in the series, we are going, yes, to overtime. Both teams with great chances. Keith Primo in alone, no. Stopped by Belfour. Then at the other end, Matt Sundin to Gary Roberts. Can't jam it home past Jackman, but this is the best chance for the Leafs right here. Watch this. Jackman stacking the pads on Matt Sundin. A brilliant save. So a second overtime period is needed. And here with the call is the always entertaining Gary Thorne.
Off the point now, Baylor shot. That one went off the glove. Rebound off the back of the goaltender.
How would you describe Ken Dryden's reaction, Jennifer?
Excited.
He was elated, I believe you might say, too. You know what? It is going to Game 7 on Tuesday night, thanks to Travis Green and his double overtime winner. 2-1 your final, and birthday boy Ed Belfour stopping 35 shots in the process, including 15 in overtime. Jeremy Roenick, meanwhile, a 5-game point streak. The Flyers, they've crashed out of the opening round of the playoffs in 4 of the last 5 years, including the last 3 years. The attitude in the Leafs dressing room? Never say die.
Stay with it. That's all we said. Just not too high, not too low. Just keep doing what we're doing. We got a veteran club, and guys don't really panic on our team.
The minute difference in the game today, and it was minute, was that they had more players who were desperate than we did.
I respect the guys down there on the other side there. I know lots of them, but still, when we're going in there tomorrow night, that respect will be what it is. It'll be respect for them, but I want to beat the tar out of them, and hopefully we can find a way to do that.
It's been extremely tough. It's been emotionally draining, physically draining. It's been very physical. So it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult series, but sometimes if we can get through this series, it'll be beneficial for us.
Game 6, Avs and Wild and the Snipers on high alert for this one because each team that scored the first goal in the game has gone on to win the game, but things start out physical. Willie Mitchell wipes out Alex Tanguay in the second. Marian Gaborik circles, rips a backhand, but Patrick Waugh denies. The game's folders in the third. Richard Park keeps on the 2-on-1 and goes high past Waugh, his first of the playoffs, makes it 1-0 Wild. 2-0 late in the third. Joe Sakic off the wing, picks the top corner. That pulls to within 1 at 2-1, and just a minute 56 after that, Peter Forsberg finds Greg DeVries in the slot. His second ties things at 2, and on to Minnesota's first ever playoff overtime. Here it is.
Offside at the line. I think everybody... And here they go again. Whoa. To Park.
Dave Randolph with the call there. Park's second of the game forces a Game 7 in Denver. 3-2 the overtime final. The loss puts the Avs in their 5th straight 7-game playoff series. Colorado has now lost the last 5 Game 6s when in a position to clinch a series. That's going to bring us to Game 7. You can watch it right here live on TSN. Minnesota at Colorado, Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern Time. While they're incredibly disciplined, they've never taken a stupid penalty. And they've always got fresh legs. They're our top line here at TSN. Here's Gino Retta, Bob McKenzie, and Kevin Constantine with the Broyles King Stanley Cup playoff report.
Well, gentlemen, they say be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Earlier in the series, Roman Czechmanek said he was bored and wanted to see more rubber. We saw a little more rubber in game number 6, and Kevin, he was nothing short of an adventure.
Well, Roman Czechmanek should have an entertainment clause in his contract. It's impossible to watch a game in this series without Roman becoming a focal point of the game. His Lurch-like style is unorthodox, it's spectacular, it's out of control, it's floundering, it's brilliant. Here he is in the first period, loses his glove to a Robert Reichel check, goes to pick up that glove. Robert Reichel picks up the puck, fires it while he's looking down for the glove, and the puck goes right in over his head. Then he makes some brilliant saves here on McGillney. Brilliant glove save coming up as Philadelphia kills a Toronto power play. Then in overtime off the glass between his legs, and he's floundering again. Brilliant save at the post, kicks his legs around, stops Sundin at the other post. Then in overtime, puck off the backboard, floundering to get back in the net, and by the time the rebound comes, his butt is facing the front of the net. Now, Roman Czechmanek in this game made enough saves that had Philadelphia won, I would have picked him as the number 1 star, yet in the end he gives up what has to be an unsettling goal. But while he's getting all the attention because of his style and the wild way he plays the game, let's not forget at the other end in a much more steady way, Ed Belfour stopped 35 shots tonight and was very good in this game.
Well, guys, maybe the most amazing thing about what happened on Monday night in the National Hockey League wasn't that there was 2 Game 6s that went to overtime, obviously to force Game 7. It was that the Game 7s will be played about 24 hours or less than the Game 6s. No recovery time. As soon as Richard Park scores the winning goal, turnover there by Joe Sakic in the neutral zone, Park goes down and scores on Patrick Waugh. The Avalanche and the Wild, they're packing up and they're heading cross-country to go to Denver. Same thing for the Toronto Maple Leafs and Philadelphia Flyers on Travis Green's winning goal. There was even less recovery time. You're in the same time zone. It's not a very long flight, but it's not very long until the next game either. And these guys have played a lot of hockey. In an 8-day span, they've played an equivalent of almost six full games. Look at those extra minutes in the overtime game in Game 3, Game 4, and Game 6. Obviously, this is going to be a factor in the series. Does it hurt the Toronto Maple Leafs more than it hurts the Philadelphia Flyers? The fact that Toronto's maybe a little older and a little more injured? I don't know. I think you can pretty much throw those things out the window in Game 7, but it almost is unfortunate that both teams, both series rather, the Avalanche and the Wild and the Leafs and the Flyers, have to turn around and race back to another city and play a game with virtually no rest. It should make for a rather unpredictable finish to the series, and I think you can throw the form chart right out the window. And as far as the Maple Leafs are concerned, I said it all last year and I'll say it again, they're vampires. You got to get a stake right through their heart. The Flyers didn't do that, and now it's anybody's series.
And you know what? It's really not all that surprising that the Leafs or the Avalanche are going up to game number 7. Look at this. In the last 4 of their 5 postseason series, the Leafs have gone to 7. For Colorado, they're 5 of their last 5 going to 7 games. And now, as the Ottawa Senators are sitting back, they've got to be thrilled with what they're seeing, because if Toronto and Philadelphia go to a game number 7, the Senators wrapped up their series last Thursday. So they will have had a minimum of 6 full days rest before they start their second-round matchup with one very tired team. Let's go back to SportsCentre.
And that brings us to vital signs. Maple Leaf defenseman Robert Svela has only 3 assists in the postseason, but all of them have contributed to victory. Svela assisted on game-winning goals in Game 1, Game 3, and in double overtime in Game 6. Coming up on SportsCenter, the Finnish Flash is likely on his way out of San Jose.
And now that the Expos have satisfied their Puerto Rican fans, they prepare for their second home opener.
And later in the show, all the best for Monday in the honor roll. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by KFC. It's finger licking good.
Having a garden is great, but it can be a pain, but not with the new Home Gardener Earth Blender, only at Home Hardware and Home Building Center. The Earth Blender fits any electric or cordless drill. Use the variable speed to pull weeds, break up hard soil, mulch compost, plant bulbs. No bending, no backache. Pick up your Earth Blender today and put a new spin on gardening. The new Home Gardener Earth Blender, just $19.97. One of many Home Gardener products, only at Home Hardware.
New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
Let the marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars above in the eyes. Fantabulous night to make romance.
315 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and utility when you need
All
it.
the night magic seems to win.
The new Infiniti FX45.
You know the soft.
In NHL news, Teemu Selanne is elected not to pick up the $6.5 million option on his contract with the San Jose Sharks, making him an unrestricted free agent on July 1st. Selanne had 64 points, including 28 goals, which led the team this season despite being among the lowest of his career. The Sharks have indicated that they would be unlikely to re-sign Selanne if he opted for free agency.
Well, if NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman thought that imposing a salary cap on his players when the current collective bargaining agreement ends in September 2004 would be easy, he may have, in the words of Judas Priest, another thing coming. According to Players Union leader Bob Goodnow, the players will never accept a salary cap, and now the players themselves are starting to offer their 2 cents.
No one wants, and no one wants to see their ability to make money restricted. No one does, so regardless of what profession you're in. The difference in hockey versus anything else is that the numbers are larger.
you know, and you know, no one wants to you know, be stuck in a system like that. Salary cap for the owners makes sense. It obviously would make sense to, you know, bring their salaries down. For the players, it doesn't. So, you know, that's where the battle's where it's gonna lie. And the Edmonton Oilers packed their things up on Monday, coming off yet another disheartening playoff loss to the Stars. And while the Oilers wait for next year, they can only wonder as to who will be back next season. Many question marks surrounding unrestricted free agent Todd Marchand, who you just saw. He's coming off a career year with 60 points. Could be looking for more money than what Edmonton can deliver.
I'd love to see Todd back, but I really, really doubt it.
We're going to try and look at every option. You know, it's not all about money. Everything's got to be a right fit, you know, and the Edmonton Oilers have been the right fit for me for the last 10 years. And with Edmonton out of the playoffs, 4 Oilers have been added for Team Canada's roster for the upcoming World Championships in Finland. 2002 Olympic team member Ryan Smith will join the team after leading the Oilers in scoring this season. And this will be his 5th consecutive appearance in a World Championships. Joining Smith will be fellow Olympic teammate Eric Brewer, as well as forwards Mike Comrie and Sean Horkoff, who were 5th and 6th respectively in scoring for the Edmonton Oilers this season. And guess where you can see the World Hockey Championships? Right here on TSN, Saturday, 8:50 a.m. Eastern Time, 5:50 a.m. Pacific Time. From Finland, join Dave Randorf and Gary Green. Like rubbing salt into a festering wound, the season for the Calgary Flames organization is about to get worse. On Tuesday, Calgary's minor league affiliate, the St. John Flames, reportedly will announce that they are folding after 10 seasons. The team's co-owner, St. John Pro Sports, failed to come to a financial agreement with Calgary in time to meet a deadline imposed by the American Hockey League. Jen?
The Montreal Expos had so much fun at their first home opener, they've decided to have another. The Expos open in Puerto Rico April 11th, but their official home opener will be Tuesday at the Big O, where 30,000 fans are expected to show up and support the first-place team in the NL East. The big question now, will this be the last home opener in Montreal?
If anybody is telling you they know where we're going to be playing, I would suggest to you that they don't know what they're talking about, because I think truly no one knows what the future holds. You know, when we all came on board here, we came on board with the understanding that we wouldn't be in existence, you know, through beyond last season. That has changed. This is baseball, so by definition, anything I tell you today will probably change.
Carl Lewis is back in the news again. The 9-time Olympic gold medalist was arrested and charged with driving under the influence on Monday morning. Now, this arrest coming just days after Lewis was mentioned in a report by former U.S. Olympic Director of Drug Control Wade Exum, claiming that Lewis failed drug tests in the 1988 Olympic trials but was still allowed to compete. Police reports said that Lewis was involved in a one-car accident but was not injured. Still to come on this program that I invented and called SportsCentre. All the plays you want to see again from Monday, we'll show them to you on the Honor Roll.
And a feature look at Barret Jackman, a guy who took full advantage of Chris Pronger's misfortune.
Coming on the roll, he's going to be an absolute superstar in this league.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by KFC. It's finger licking good.
Presenting the new 12-inch PowerBook, the world's most compact, full-featured notebook computer. And the new 17-inch PowerBook, the world's first and only 17-inch notebook computer. The new 12 and 17-inch PowerBooks. The next big and small things from Apple.
Dad?
Yeah?
Would Mom get mad if you looked at other women?
She would, but I don't have to. Your mom's beautiful.
Would you get mad if Mom looked at other guys?
No.
The great thing about being a dad, you get to ask all the questions.
Well, I mean, what guy?
The 2003 Dodge Caravan, Canada's favorite minivan. And now, get a no-charge DVD system on all Grand Caravan models. Dodge Caravan. It's ready when you are.
Tough shave. New Neutrogena Razor Defense Face Lotion with soy and aloe. It instantly soothes dry skin after shaving and prevents damage caused by dryness. Defend yourself with new Neutrogena Razor Defense.
all together and stay so competitive. Brother to the core, we late, don't forget it. And bad times are good, friend or foe. It's life's a game we play that I'm one for all day in the dirt, my sweat, my paycheck. We're brothers to the core. It's like one for all, if one should fall, we tight to fight the weather and fight for one cause. We're brothers to the core, so please believe me. Never forfeit the game, my team needs me. No one ever said success would come easy, but that's when my friends stepped in with LOVE.
And he laces this to left, and it may grab some wall or not. Philadelphia has everything that we said. As Marty Cordova lifts this to shallow right, Lombard laying out. We just diagrammed it out of timeout, and Steven Jackson with a great steal there. Jackson with a huge second quarter. Sunday, 4-on-4 hockey. Centering pass. Shot is up high. Sunday. Stop somehow. And here they go again. Wall to puck.
th Boston Marathon. I'd like to place several $1,000s on a native of Kenya, please. There's Vincent Kipso. He had the early lead. The front group catches up. Drop led for a bit, and then with 3 miles left, Kenya's Robert Cheruiyot moves into the lead and hangs on. Kenya's finished 1 through 6. For the women, defending champ Margaret Akeo leads. Doesn't last long. 3 others catch up. Russia's Svetlana Zakharova led since the 19-mile mark, and all alone with a few miles left. She won easily, while defending champ Akeo finished 4th. Good for her, and that's a nice crowd.
Coming into the season, the big question in St. Louis was how the Blues were going to fill the void left by Chris Pronger. Obviously, the ones asking that question didn't know Jack. Barret Jackman had all of 2 NHL games under his belt before this season, but as Rob Smith tells us, he's emerged as an impact player, and he has not so quietly been building his case for Rookie of the Year.
I try to go up there and be hard to play against. By the end of the game, hopefully, the guy on the other team has a lot of bumps and bruises and doesn't want to play against me again.
Jackman now tied up, and they've had something going since the drop of the puck tonight.
In a league where the top defensemen are 30-somethings, the Blues' Barret Jackman has made his impact at the age of 22.
Trying to get around Jackman. Oh, big hit the corner.
He does have the resume, 4 years with the Regina Pats. Top draft pick, 2-time Canadian World Junior team member. How does a rookie get a chance to make an impact this early?
I can't really play up to the way I expect to play, and that's difficult to take.
Chris Pronger's injury problems left a gaping hole in the Blues' defense this season. Who would fill nearly 30 minutes a game? Well, they only needed to look to their farm team in Worcester.
The first 10 games, he was surprisingly effective. Perry on McGinnis, playing against top lines, had the poise and patience of an experienced defenseman.
I don't think anybody expected him to come in and be the impact player that he has this year. And I think the one thing that sticks out in my mind is how consistent he's been.
He's lost a lot of ice time. He's been one of our best defensemen all year, and he's only 21 years old, and he's going to be an absolute superstar in this league.
Throughout the regular season, Jackman has nearly averaged his age in ice time at just over 20 minutes in every situation. Playing with Al McInnes, his introduction to the NHL has been against the opposition's top line. But it's been his elder statesman that has taken the young protege under his wing.
Al's been great for me. He's got so much poise on the ice. He gives me the confidence to move the puck. And whenever I think I'm in trouble, I can just throw it over to him. And he's always there, always makes the right play.
I'm not afraid to say that he's helped me as much as I've helped him. And he stands up as well as any defenseman in the league in the neutral zone. He can make a good direct play and a good first outlet pass. If you know your partner can make that first pass, you can anticipate jumping up in the play and be that third or fourth guy in the offense.
Maybe I've helped him a little bit where just giving him the confidence in myself that he could jump into the play, and he knows that I can take care of it in the back end.
Jackman has done just that. He ranked 10th among defensemen in plus-minus this year. He wasn't afraid to throw his weight around, compiling 190 penalty minutes. And McInnes has had one of his better seasons, leading all blue liners in scoring. All this has led to talk of a possible Calder Trophy.
You look around the league and look at the rookies and the impact they've had on the teams. Using a horse racing term, I would say Jack should win that by an extra stretch.
I don't even think it's even close. Like I mentioned before, the important minutes this guy plays, he's been an impact player. There's no other rookie that's had an impact on the team like he has.
I don't think I could have dreamed of the success I've had so far. They've thrown me into the fire this year, and playing almost 20 minutes, I think, a game, and playing with some great players. So they've been throwing me in every situation, and I think that everything's gone well this year.
Jay Onright is our impact player. Highlight of the night is next.
SportsCentre, brought to you by ESPN Classic Canada, where the legends come to play. Call your satellite or cable provider to order.
Last check. Bill, fish and chips. Jimmy, monster dog with the works. Lonnie, double-decker with bacon. Paul's got a fresh-made Black Forest ham sandwich, tangy slice of Swiss cheese, tomato and crisp lettuce on an oven-stretched country bun, and a bowl of steaming hot chicken noodle soup.
Tim Hortons Homestyle Lunch. Wholesome, delicious. Like our Black Forest ham and Swiss sandwich. You never dreamed lunch could taste this good.
Can I change my order? Yeah, me too.
No matter how you find the feeling of freedom, there's a new Freedent to go with it. With a bold new look and a bold new taste. And still the freedom to chew without sticking. It's a whole new way to feel free. Freedent. Taste the freedom.
This Midas deal will stop you. Right now, get a free oil change when you purchase Midas lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. You'll never have to buy brake pads or shoes again for as long as you own your car. And when you need your brakes repaired, you don't need to stop your life. Midas has meant fast, reliable brake service for 20 years. How can we top that? With a free oil change. Make your next stop Midas. Midas. We do that.
You want a fast holiday? Get this. You want a safe holiday? Get this. You want a fast job? Get this. You want a safe job? Get this. You want a fast ride? Get this. You want a safe ride? Get this. The 2003 Suzuki Ariel. Now you can have the best of all worlds at a price you'll really like. Suzuki. It's true.
Well, not only will a Playboy model be appearing on Off the Record Tuesday, but Mike Zigomanis of the Carolina Hurricanes will be there as well. Watch it. It's Off the Record with Michael Landsberg, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. Well, for the third time in their first-round series, the Leafs and Flyers went to overtime to decide things.
In fact, it's only the second time in Cup history that a series has had 3 games go past the first overtime period, which brings us to our Did You Know, brought to you by Suzuki. It's true. Did you know? Did you know the record for most overtime games in a series is 5, set by the Maple Leafs and Canadiens. In 1951, with the Leafs winning the series 4-1.
It's always fresh. It's the Tim Hortons highlight of the night. And for it, we're going back to the T-Dot. You know it as Toronto. So the Leafs and Flyers in overtime in Game 6. Mats Sundin appears to have Roman Cechmanek at his mercy. But Cechmanek making the spectacular pad save, actually stacking the pads, little flip back. That's certainly good enough for the Tim Hortons highlights of the night. What are you laughing at?
I just laugh at Cechmanek. He's positionally, he's the worst goalie in the league. I don't know how he stops anything. In that both overtime periods, I couldn't believe he was stopping the stuff he was stopping.
He's like a rag doll, but
he is.
Getting it done. 3 Game 3s Tuesday night.
Yeah.
3 Game 3s. 3 Game 7s Tuesday night. Even more exciting. They're Game 7s.
They're Game 7s. It's very exciting. We've gone to 7-game series now. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you later.
SportsCentre Commentators Clothing, courtesy Mateo Moss.